On this video, we're going to talk about why SEO is not enough and why you should really focus on creating a dominant online presence to get the best results possible from online marketing. So first off, SEO to most people really just means getting your website to rank at the top of Google. And the association that most people have with it is a little bit unsavory, and that's because in the past a lot of people who have sold SEO, A, haven't delivered results, and B, have used a lot of trickery and what are called black hat techniques, things that are not Google recommended practices or prohibited by Google, and they've been trying to trick Google or beat Google or find some sort of loophole. And so as a result, a lot of people hear SEO and they don't want to hear anymore. And also, a lot of businesses, and specifically attorneys, have probably paid for SEO in the past and have probably not gotten the best results. And one of the big reasons is that, again, so many of the tactics that used to be successful were in violation of Google's best practices. And so when Google really started clamping down on things, those websites stopped ranking. So what I talk about is the idea that SEO is really not enough, and that you need to look at it as a more holistic process. And we're talking more about optimizing their online presence and really all of their marketing, because to get the best results, all of these things need to work together. So in order to get the best results from search engines, you need to show up as many times as you possibly can. A lot of people make the distinction between SEO and SEM. SEO being search engine optimization and trying to get your website to show up here, and SEM, search engine marketing, really has come to mean pay-per-click. And because there's so much confusion about terms and so many negative connotations with it, I try to avoid most of those terms in my discussions anyway. Invariably, you talk about getting people traffic from Google or getting people internet traffic, and they start to associate it as SEO, and may end up wanting to call you an SEO professional. But what I would say is that I take a look at your entire online presence to make sure that you get the maximum results that you can, so that we can bring in the most new clients and cases. So in order to understand why SEO is not enough, you just need to look at the search engine page and understand what's going on here. And having this type of conversation with prospects will really differentiate you from most others out there, because most people don't focus on such a holistic approach. But the important thing to keep in mind is that there are different types of users on the internet, and studies have shown that somewhere around 40% of internet users don't even know that these are ads, or don't even pay attention to the fact that these are ads, even though it's very clearly marked here as an ad, and Google's changed their layout several times. But a lot of people just click on what stands out the most. These results at the top that are made to stand out because they're Google AdWords. And so some people are always going to click on an ad. It's just what they do. Some people know their ads and they're never going to click on an ad. And some people are always going to click on the top result here, and some people are always going to click on one of the map results. But most likely those aren't the same people. And so if you neglect any one of these areas, you're missing out on a huge opportunity. So to really capture the full opportunity out there, you need to have ads for a variety of reasons, but the one I'm talking about now is that some people are always going to click on the ads. And you need to optimize your website so that it can show up organically and do the great things like using authorship so that your picture shows up, because some people are always going to click on the top ranked Google result. But some people are never going to. Some people are always going to be looking at these map results. And so you need to have a properly optimized Google page, and you need to have a Google page that helps you stand out next to your competitors. Some people aren't going to click on any of those places. Some people are highly skeptical of what shows up at the top of the page, and they usually want to scroll down And so that's why it's important to try and get multiple placements on the first page. It's difficult to get your website to show up multiple times on the first page anymore. Google has put in some filters to kind of prevent that from happening because they want to show diversity. But because they want to show diversity, that leads to additional opportunity to get placements on the first page. And so by utilizing websites that are already trusted, that are already going to rank highly, you can have multiple placements. So one of those shows up perfectly in this example is Yelp. So it is listing personal injury attorneys in Yelp, and it's taking us to a search for personal injury attorneys. But you notice those profiles on Yelp that are doing the best are actually also included here. And so you can have your name listed here yet again. And as we've looked at, lawyers.com is another site that is frequently going to rank. And it doesn't matter how much you spend on your pay-per-click ads, or how good you are at organic SEO, or how well optimized your Google Plus page is, you're not going to outrank Yelp. Google wants to show diversity, so they're going to show some of these directories, and Yelp is going to be here. So the best way to take advantage of that is to also be listed in Yelp. And of course, as I mentioned in another video, Apple loves Yelp, and so if you ask Siri for a local business, she just asks Yelp anyway. So to show up in Apple searches, you've got to take advantage of a Yelp profile. So if we look at this keyword term here, we're going to find personal injury attorney in Los Angeles is definitely one of the, or accident attorney in Los Angeles is what I searched for. They're definitely interchangeable, and I'll show you that by looking at some of the search results here. Well, nope, so personal's not highlighted. So accident attorney is the keyword term that we searched for here. Personal injury attorney is another variation of it. I've found that accident attorney actually goes for a higher cost per click. May also end up being more competitive, so may not always be the one that you want to target. You want to do your research to figure that out based on the cost per click, the traffic volume, and the overall level of competition. But I went for accident attorney Los Angeles because it is one of the most expensive keywords that you can buy. And we'll see that here, ranked organically is a specific attorney. They've got one placement on the page, and they've also managed to get themselves onto the map. And so there are two ways that they can get traffic from this page, and not a lot of their competitors have managed to do so. This attorney has managed to rank organically, and they're also taking advantage of the ads platform. If they were showing up on the map, then they could have a third placement, and if they had a popular Yelp profile, then they could potentially have a fourth placement right here. Nobody even on this page is taking advantage of all of the different opportunities that they have to show up. We see a couple of them that are taking advantage of at least two of them, but nobody has really maximized their exposure on this page, and often that's because people take a very tunnel view approach to online marketing, and they're going to focus on pay-per-click or SEO or maps marketing or reputation marketing. All of those things work very well, and it's important to be able to specialize, but to be able to truly get the maximum results from online and from digital marketing, you need to take advantage of all of those platforms. So it doesn't mean you have to be the expert in all of those platforms. You can utilize resources and outsourcing, and we talk about some of the options for that in this program so that you've got the professionals that you can turn to. But understanding and being able to explain to prospects that there are multiple paths to success and that there are multiple different opportunities available is going to help you land more deals and land bigger deals.